Hey everyone, I wanted to record this video for you so that way you can have an overview of your course and understand where to find important information in the course that will help you be successful. So I'm logged in as a student, and whenever you first log into the course, you are on the home page and you have a list of announcements here, and then also on the right-hand side, external links that are pretty helpful. They can take you to the library where you can also do research. There's online tutoring for you if you need help with anything and you can't reach me. There's also the help desk if you have any technical issues. So when you first log into the course, I would strongly recommend that you check the announcements. I post overviews for all graded assignments. So like I tell you like, hey, this is what you need to do for this assignment to be successful and to earn the highest amounts of points. Now, sometimes if you don't log into the course every day, you can miss an announcement. So what you will do is you will go to this announcement button and you'll just click on it and it will take you to all the announcements that are listed. Now, since this is the start of the course, there's not too many there, but it lists it in order of the most recent. And so the most recent announcement that was posted is the welcome to the class. But if you scroll down, you can find my instructor information. And then as we progress in the course, these will get where there'll be more and more. So the first thing to note is that whenever you log into the course, there will be a prompt that asks you for your address, and that is to provide you with your lab kit. So you need to do that as quickly as possible. There are these videos right here that guide you through how to order your lab kit and what you do once you receive it. They are not ordered until 2 weeks after or 7 to 10 days after the drop date. So don't panic whenever we go to module 1 and you don't have your lab kit. That's okay. So speaking of labs and content and all that, if you go back to your course homepage, that lands you on this homepage. You have links at the top for content, assignments, discussions, quizzes, grades, and the class list. If you ever need to email me, the only way that you can do this is by logging into the course, clicking on class list, and then going to send internal message. I will not receive email if you do it any other way. If you try to email me from like Gmail or an outside account, it will not work. The only way you can get in touch with me is by doing internal messages through D2L. So you have to be logged into the course, go to class list and click on this, okay? And it will pull up the email to send me an email, and then you can communicate with me that way. So then the second most important thing to do is going to content. And whenever you log in, you want to go to the start here and start working your way through this page. So this is setting up your D2L email, which you will need to do because this is the only way that I can communicate with you is through D2L email. And then this is kind of a short video. If you've never used D2L before, it's pretty helpful of showing you how to kind of go through the class. These are academic support services, so any kind of tutoring that you might need, advising, special services like counseling or things like that, you can find that information here. And then the syllabus is important for you to kind of start working your way through because it gives you important information about what is included in this course, what materials do you need, the course rubrics, so how do I grade you is in here. My instructor information is listed here. And then, of course, the course schedule. Now, this is a 10-week course, so the pace is very rapid. So you're going to want to definitely either print off a copy of this course due date or have it readily available because the due dates come very quickly and late work is not accepted in this course. So if you miss an assignment, that's unfortunate. You're going to get a 0 for that assignment because I don't accept late work. And so this just kind of gives you an overview of each module and what is due in each module. So this is a lab course, and you will be performing various labs throughout the course. So we're just going to go ahead and look at, so module 1 lab is pretty straightforward. It doesn't require a lab kit. It's actually like just like a general overview of like the scientific method and how experiments are performed. The important thing is that you have to use this combined lab report in order to submit your assignment. You do not want to be submitting these experiments separately. It's going to be all in one report. So what you will do is you will click on this lab report, and you cannot edit the document directly. Instead, you want to tell it to open with, now you could send it to Google Docs if you have Google Docs, and then you can just edit it in Google Docs. But if you want to download it, you can go to this zip extractor, and it's free. And then you just tell it to either download it, or you can save it to your Google Drive and edit it that way. If you want to download it, so I have it downloaded, and then I can open it, just double click, and now you can see that it opens in Microsoft Word, and now I can edit the document, save it, and then upload it to the submission folder. So for each experiment, that's what you're going to have. You're going to have that combined lab report to turn in. All right, so once you get into module 2, the labs start getting a lot harder. Now, in order to help you with this, I have provided you videos to watch where I have performed the experiments. So that way you can follow along with me step by step and not get confused, because the directions can be really confusing that the lab company sent with the labs. So I have tried to take the guesswork out of it and provided you with these YouTube videos. So whenever you go to do the fermentation lab, you can just click on this link and it'll take you directly to me doing the lab. And that way you can follow along with me. And if you have any questions, this should help you with that. Now, module 2 labs, I try to give you guys a time frame of how long it takes to complete. Module 2 and module 4 labs are the longest. They take weeks to complete. So it's best to always start your labs early, really early. So if we click on this module 2 labs, there's your combined lab report that you download. I tell you which parts that you need to complete, and then the videos that are present. Now, module 2 is when you need the lab kit. So a lot of students get confused and they're like, well, where do I find the instructions? So the instructions are actually in these links. So you click on this link, and what will happen is it gives you background information about what you will be doing. So like in this first lab, they're talking about the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. And you just go through and review the information. And then right here, whoops, where it says assignment, procedures, and lab drill, if you click on assignments and procedures, there's the instructions. Ignore this part. This is the part that I went ahead and did in the combined lab report. You don't have to do this part. Instead, you just click on experiment 1, and there's the instructions. So some of them are pretty detailed and some of them are not. So like, for instance, create a cell. Okay, they give you an inventory. Anything that's in red are materials that you have to provide. So whenever you get your lab kits, not everything is going to be in that lab kit. There are going to be some things that you have to go out and get. And so then it has procedure, and in the procedure is where your instructions are. So that's how you find the instructions for each lab. All right, so we're going to go back to Module 2. Now, in each module, there are discussions and written investigations. Written investigations are kind of like miniature assignments. They're pretty self-explanatory. The directions are listed here, and you just follow the directions and submit either a Word document or a PDF. Your assignments tab has your assignments and due dates listed. So if you ever get confused, you can always just go quick to that assignments tab, and it lists what you need to be completing. For your discussions, you can always, if you have any kind of technical issues or if you don't understand something, you can always post in these forums here, and I will get back to you, or another student can answer your questions as well. The discussions are not open yet, so that's why we're not seeing them. I'm going to go back to the content. All right, so here we go. So for like discussion in module 1, you're going to have your student introduction discussion, and then there will be a biologist discussion and a think about it discussion. And the reason why these aren't showing up is because I'm logged in as a student and the course hasn't started yet. So you'll see that it'll tell you a start date and an end date. During this time period, you have to submit your initial post by a certain date, and then you have 3 peer replies that you do, and you should be doing them on different days throughout the discussion. So that way you're showing like participation throughout the whole discussion and not just, oh, I'm doing it all on one day. Quizzes are listed at the top. You have a quiz for each module. There's going to be more information in the class announcements about what you should be studying for those quizzes later. You do have a midterm and then a final at the end. And then finally, we're going to go back to content. Where do you find your textbook? Your textbook is listed right here where it says eText. So when you click on eText, you have this concepts of biology right here. And then you can go through to whatever chapters you need to read. So you see it's all right there. And so you can tell it to skip ahead to whatever page you need to go to. So like, let's say I want to look at molecular biology, I can just click on that and it'll take me straight to that chapter. So at the end of the chapters are questions, and a lot of your quiz questions come from these questions at the end of the chapter. So it would be really helpful for you and your studying to review those questions after you do your reading. I'm trying to get to the end of it to kind of help you prepare. So here we go. So here's like the chapter summaries that are listed there. Those are helpful. So here's review questions. And these are really helpful to prepare you for your quizzes and midterms. So that is how you get to your e-textbook. So just remember that anything that you're looking for is most likely in that content tab, and whatever module you're in, you just click on that module and you can find whatever it is you are looking for. Now the reading packets and the exploration, those are not graded. That's to help you with your background knowledge. So the reading packet tells you what chapters you need to be reading from your textbook, and the exploration is further information to help you with your discussions and with your labs and with your assignments that week. So you might have an exploration that ties directly into your written investigation. So it's highly recommended that you do these 2 parts before you do anything else. All right. So that is the basic overview. Don't forget to make sure you sign up for your lab kit. And also that if you ever need to contact me, this is how you do it. Class list, send internal message. All right. Please email me if you have any questions.